If you're a diehard Bitcoin hodler, what can you do? And what are the tax implications of that? If you're buying your Bitcoin and your plan is to hodl it forever, then the price is going to go higher and higher and higher. And that's great. At some point in time, if you ever sell it, you're looking at having an incredible amount of profit and current capital gains tax that'd be taxed at long-term capital gains rates, which are between 15 and 20%, plus another almost 4% for the net investment income tax and state taxes. So these taxes can still add up to maybe 20 to 30%, depending on your situation. And that could be a lot of money. So you need to be thinking about that when you ever sell Bitcoin. What if you do what a lot of people are doing, which is basically putting assets into a loan and borrowing against your Bitcoin? Typically, these sites will give you 1/3 to 1/2 of your value of the Bitcoin that you have on hold there with them. Is that a good strategy? Well, yeah, it is. In terms of it doesn't require you to sell your Bitcoin. There's no taxable events there. You get the money from the lending agency tax-free. When you pay it back, there's no tax on that. The collateral is not taxed. But if it gets liquidated, that's a forced liquidation, and you may be experiencing a gain from your cost basis price, even though it got liquidated, and you might have taxes on top of that. Other issue is that when you borrow against your Bitcoin to do different things, eventually you got to pay that back. Now, yes, your Bitcoin is going to be getting higher and higher in value over the life of that loan, but eventually that loan has to get paid back. I've looked around, interest rates of 12% to 15% are not unheard of. And that's very significant. And that is really a steep interest rate compared to mortgage rates. So it's very high. And I think it's unusually high because you are putting up a pretty secure asset. At some point in time, you got to pay back that loan. What are you going to do? Sell a Bitcoin? At some point in time, you sell one Bitcoin to pay off your loans, and you're going to have capital gains on that Bitcoin, as I just mentioned. It's best if you take off that loans, you want to be earning income on the outside from a job or some other activity that's generating income to pay off that loan, because you probably aren't intending to do it with Bitcoin. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and follow. Refer it to your friends. Appreciate it very much. And keep us in mind as you start thinking about doing your taxes next year. If you have a complex situation, come deal with the #1 company in the US doing full service tax preparation, gain calculation, and defending people in audits before the IRS. Have a great day.